In today's video, the topic of this discussion is if you are still losing this month because of bad price action, you need to really go deep into self-discovery in terms of looking back at your past trades and your past journal. Now, if you don't have a trading journal, this is when it becomes difficult. How can you analyze this past month where you might be red without a trading journal of a log of all your specific trades and setups that you took and all those confluences of your setup that took? Now, typically, we will give some wiggle room for standard error and variance in terms of our data set, meaning let's say you have 1 week red. Maybe that's okay, depending on the frequency. But if you have an entire month red, you need to really reevaluate your trading system and whether or not it is consistently profitable in the long run, because again, certain trading systems or strategies might work for a few months but then stop working altogether, or they might work for a few months and then have a few red months and then have a few green months. These are strategies you don't even want to be trading in the first place because they can't adapt to market conditions. And yes, I'm not saying the market conditions were perfect this month. It was pretty bad for most of the month, except for today, which is quite funny because today is literally a bank holiday, and we got the best price action really this month from a bank holiday, which is again absurd. But most of the bad price action has been coming from New York session, AM New York session, and New York session PM sometimes this month. And can you really blame price action? Now, there's a certain limit to when you can really blame price action for your red trading. If you're following all your rules, following all your backtested system, and your system has an edge across, let's say 3 years, 1 to 3 years with at least 1 to 500 trades sample size, and it's been proven to be green month after month, and then this is your first ever red month, maybe you can somewhat blame price action. But you can't entirely do that because there's only so much where you can continuously blame price action. If you blame price action every single day that you're red, there's something wrong with you, not the market, because the market's always right. You're not going to be always right? The market, no matter what you think, what I think, whoever thinks, the market is always going to be the one in the right. So you need to understand that and accept that fact that the market's always right, and you're not always going to be right, and it's completely okay as long as we have a profitable expected value. And so what is a way to really combat these market conditions then? I mean, what can I do, right? If I'm trading my system perfectly, what can I do? Well, there's several different ways. Some ways are like the way you manage your trades. You might want to have shorter TPs if you have less volatility. If you have extreme volatility, maybe you can increase your TPs further. It really depends on market conditions. Also, how do you manage your trades is very important as well. If the market is extremely choppy and it tends to not ever reach your typical TPs, you want to have close TPs, conservative or very conservative targets. I talk about that a lot in the course where I basically break down mechanically what is considered conservative, what is considered aggressive, very conservative. Also, conservative and aggressive stop loss is another choice that you can choose to optimize your system for market conditions like these. But my main point of this video, I'm going to make it real short, is you need to adapt. If you can't adapt as a trader, you're not going to be able to do this well full time. You can have some green months for sure without adapting. But when these bad periods of price action occur, especially driven by major fundamental news that literally affects the whole entire world, it's going to be rough for you. It's going to be rough for you to stay green and be very consistent. So again, adapt. Adaptation is key. That's literally how life works, not just in trading, but literally life. Right? It's survival of the fittest out here. So treat trading is literally the exact same thing as survival of the fittest. If you cannot adapt to how price is moving, how price is delivering, price action, you are not going to survive in the long run, in my personal opinion. Yes, potentially you still can't have 3 months, like I mentioned, but when those bad periods come, you're going to take hit after hit, and those bad periods, especially if you start revenge trading, getting mad at yourself, you're going to blow all your profits from several months ago, and that's not something we want to do as traders at all, especially if it's your full-time income. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but people do it. People do it, and I get it to a point. I don't get it entirely because risk management is there for a reason, to protect your capital, right? You shouldn't be risking more than 1% of your entire account if you're on live personal. You need 100 trades, 100 losses in a row to blow an entire account of a personal account. So I personally don't think it's even possible to have 100 losses in a row. The odds of that is so low that there's a higher chance of you being profitable in the long run than having 100 L's in a single row consecutively. So just something to keep in mind, something pretty crazy. It just baffles me when people do say they blow their personal live account online. Like, I don't know how that happens, right? With proper risk management, with a consistent 1% risk, that's just not even possible with even bare minimum trading standards, right? But that's basically it for this video. Just talking about adaptation, how important it is to adapt to market conditions. And again, maybe you have different strategies that you use during market conditions. Maybe you have a strategy for low volatility and a strategy for high volatility. There's nothing wrong with having different strategies as long as they both are back-tested with an edge to work. And your psychology goes with it, as in you can manage your psychology during those trades. Otherwise, again, nothing will work, right? So hope this video helps you guys navigate through these market conditions. I'm really hoping, we only have like a few more trading days left of this month. I'm really hoping June treats us well, gives us good price action. We shall see. It's not really like a May month thing where May is slow in general. This is just purely based on fundamental news that's been coming out by the tariffs. And of course, you guys know these tariffs, USA tariffs affect the entire world. So again, hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to adapt, and again, join the free Discord if you are not in it. It's completely free. I literally send some trade draw liquidity, trade ideas sometimes in the free Discord. If you want the premium chat, you can take the 100 Risk Reward Advanced course or the one-on-one mentorship. I only have one spot left for that. So yeah, hopefully see you guys in there.